All right, so now that we have done the previous video, we have seen how we can set up and configure the VLANs in the home. Today, I'm going to show you how uh, rich the interface and the offerings are from OPNsense, which you can actually bring to use in your home network. These are things which no network, no ISP router actually provides you by default. So today what I'm going to show you is actually how the firewall rules and the firewall live activities will help you see what's happening inside your network. So what I do is I go log into my OPNsense, I go to log files, go to live view. Now this is a very important view. As you can see, this is showing you every minute level of detail of what is happening on your network, starting with which interface, what time and date, what was the source IP, what is the destination IP, what was the action, and a label that has been given. I'll come to that in a second, what these labels are. But as you see, this is auto refresh and live. So this is right now showing me what is the activity which is happening on my home network by every second. Who is trying to do what, which device is trying to talk to what destination, what is the action, is it allowed, is it blocked, and the reason for it. So this is a very important view which can actually let you peek inside your network and see who is doing what. This level of detail, there is no ISP router or an appliance that can provide you unless you have OPNsense on it. So we'll dig deep into these specifics, but just showing you the level of information that you actually get captured in the live view. Obviously, there are filters that you can put in. I can choose show me a source IP which is a certain type, or show me wherever there is. Let's say I just want to see what are the blocked actions and why are they being blocked. So I could just say the action is where the action is blocked. So it's only going to show me all the blocked entries and why. Now this one's interesting. As you can see, block non-Australia geolocations. What I've done here is I have put in a rule which basically says that anyone who is trying to enter my network outside of Australia, it's not allowed. And that's very important because you see all these source IPs, they're all public IP addresses which we are getting here, 85.217, 93.113. They're all trying to connect to my home network, which is basically my home NBN network. And it is like trespassing, right? People trying to get in, knocking my door, seeing is there any port open? If yes, let's try to get in and hack the network or try to steal some information, which is exactly why you put this rule that I do not want anyone outside of Australia to get inside my network. Not to say that there won't be any bots or any network, any sort of people who are trying to get inside from Australia, but at least I'm restricting the zone or the area that it is. So if I may show you how do you set those rules, you go to firewall rules, and as you can see there are based on the interface, either it is IoT, LAN, or NAS or WAN. You can set individual rules. Just a quick recap, we saw this in the last session, how I have set up my network. So I've got my internet coming onto the LAN, and I've got a separate IoT network range. I've got a separate NAS VLAN, and I've got my devices VLAN. So these are three set of IPs on which my network is operating. So all my devices are on 192.168, and all my smart switches, smart bulbs, and whatnot, which is the IoT, is all on 10.0 network. So that's what you see here, that I've got different interfaces, IoT, LAN, NAS, and WAN. So let's get into the WAN for now. So if you see WAN, these are the various rules I have put in here. So these are basically firewall rules which will be checked for every single IP, every single device from the external internet who's trying to get in to my network. So obviously you can edit them and create more rules and delete them through these buttons. Now the order is very important because OPNsense executes in these orders, in this order. So any rule which comes first is allowed, and the rules which are in conflict after that will not get the precedence. The one at the top is what will get the precedence. So the order is important. So as you can see, the foremost rule I've done, and which I've done basically, is for allowing my VPN to connect. We'll get into these rules later, but as you can see, there are some rules which I've allowed at the top, and in the end, I've put in a rule called block non-geolocation. So if I may just edit and show you what I've done in this rule, is all I've said is action is block, pass, block, or reject. On which interface? So this is on my WAN interface. Direction is in any protocol, whether TCP, UDP, or ICMP. And I've said source is geoblock. Now, geoblock is nothing but an alias. So if I just go back on the screen, I can show you this geoblock is an alias that you created, which you can create by going here in the menu, or you can just directly click here as well, edit alias. So if I just edit this alias, as you can see, it's nothing but a geoblock. The type is GeoIP. So I've just put in the name. You can give any name, geoblock, non-Australia, non-AU, and you choose GeoIP. And the moment you choose GeoIP here, these country lists will automatically appear. So all you do is check all of them, select all of them, and give whatever description you want. And this is the description that you were seeing in the firewall rules, which was showing up: block geo countries, non-Australia, right? And you click on save. And that's, it just says name must start with a letter. So, okay, maybe we'll just get rid of this hyphen. Special character is not allowed. So, yeah, so when you just click on save and you click apply, and that's pretty much it. So in the rules, we have put this rule in the WAN, and that is what this rule, the geoblock non-AU, is what is showing up in our firewall live view. That all those dodgy bots or potential hackers who are trying to sniff into my network to get in, they have been blocked. Now, similarly, how further can I strengthen the security? So again, if you recall, in the previous session, we said that I have created isolation. I've created my smart switches only to be in the 10.0.0 subnet range, right? But what if there was still some leak? They could potentially travel here and steal data, or if there was a camera here, it could have access to my data, and so on and so forth. So how do I actually how do I iron fence this segmentation? So that is what these rules allow you to do. So if I go into the IoT rules now, we're under rules IoT. As you see, I've put in some of the rules here. We'll come into specific rules later, but the very first rule that I put here, as you can see, is basically blocking IoT to access my private network. And that's most important. Again, my private network is an alias. So if I go and edit this rule, you can again see that I'm saying IoT direction in, and what you do is block. The key thing is block, and block the IoT. The source is IoT network, so that's basically 10.0 range. So from that IoT network, you block the destination, and the destination is my private networks. And what is my private networks? And here it's saying block IoT to access my private networks. So what is my private networks? Is again an alias. So if we go into this edit alias, my private network is nothing but 192.168.1.0, 172.16.01, and CIDR 24. So basically anything which is between these two ranges. And again, going back to the diagram, 192.168.1 is my devices, and 172.16.0 is my NAS VLAN. So all we are saying is that any device which is in this range, an IoT network cannot talk to it. That's all it is doing. So rules, IoT. So the IoT network, source is the IoT network, and the destination is my private networks, is blocking it. And that's exactly what you see when you actually go into the firewall logs and the live view. Anything starting with 10.0, when it tries to sneak into my devices, and you'll be surprised when you actually do this, that you find that so many times that the IoT device is trying to connect to your device's VLAN or the NAS VLAN, and it is going to be disallowed. While I've got my home automation also set up, so I have purposely allowed some of the IoT devices to make outbound connections to connect to Home Assistant to a cloud, and those rules are purposely put because there are certain conditions for which I want that to happen, right? But other than that, it is not allowed. And I might show you in a few seconds that we will find entries here where an IoT was actually trying to sneak into a private network, and that got blocked. So we will see that entry in the logs in a short while. So that's something to show you how the rules are important, and actually they help you protect your home network. Similarly, I put rules in my LAN. This is my devices network, obviously. So as you see, block the Hua camera to internal private network. So I've got my CCTV cameras in the home, which are basically the IP address of that box is 192.168.1.18. All I'm saying is this device, because I was seeing this device was trying to connect to my laptop. This device was in the live view. I was seeing this device was trying to connect to my mobile phone. And I was not happy about it. Why would my external CCTV monitoring camera from Dawa would want to connect to my laptop and my mobile? So I put in this rule that source IP is the Dawa camera is again not allowed to talk to these networks, private networks. So there is no reason why it should be talking. So I put this rule in the LAN interface because that's where it sits. It's sitting on the LAN, right? So those are various different rules based on your condition that you can actually put and apply here, and that's the kind of information it provides you. Very detailed. Similarly, on the NAS, as you can see, I've got multiple Docker and containers running. So there are very specific source and destination rules that I have put in here, which IoT, which Docker is allowed to talk to which port, etc. We'll go into the details of this in the coming session. But this is just to give you a high-level site, 1,000-mile bird's eye view of what are the potential possibilities and the level of detail that you can actually get into if you are using an OPNsense appliance on your home network. So I hope you liked it and found it informative. I'll see you in the next session. Thank you.